Let's talk about the PuppetMaster effect. PuppetMaster uses cut-up sections of a model to control that model. Wherever the points overlap on a PuppetMaster section, it controls those points on the original mesh. The PuppetMaster effect plays a prominent role in setting up rigging because its weights are exact. If two overlapping points are controlling an edge, that edge will move 50% between both of those points. So you can set up different weighting on different sections. The other thing you can do is you can assemble an entire model from separate models that you've imported. Now we're not going to do that. This is all going to be contained within one model, and we're going to separate the PuppetMaster sections using meta effectors. Now I've showed several PuppetMaster videos in other tutorial CDs, and this one isn't any different. PuppetMaster is an important effect, and you can use it to prepare other models if just for temporarily setting up morph targets. So on this character, we're going to prep the original mesh to receive a PuppetMaster effect, and we do that by outlining the areas that we want to slice up into different segments. I'm working on the original head, and this head is in mirror mode inside Wings. Wings only stores half of the model inside the file and mirrors the other half in memory, so there really isn't another half of this model sitting inside Wings. So I keep this in mirror mode because I'm going to be selecting the regions to dice up, and it's easier to just have Wings do the other half of the model in selection without me having to do that. So go to Tools, and we're going to break this mirror so we only have one half of a face. Go to Edges mode, and let's separate this model. This model is going to be really simple on this lesson. We're going to break it up into 4 pieces: the head, the jaw, the lower and upper cheek. So we start by picking the edges that would define upper and lower jaw, and you can pick a set of edges and hit L on this guy, and that will separate the lower from the upper jaw, and because it's a continual loop, it will move around to the back. Right click and we'll set the hardness of these edges to hard. Now these are just indicators. They don't affect the model at all when it's exported, but we're going to use these on a duplicate so that we know where to split the sections off of. So that's the first section. The next one is the upper cheek, which will start back here around the ear, go right under the sideburn, up around the cheek, and then down the middle of the lip. And you can use Alt-L once you've defined a path to grow the loop selection, and you can grow it all the way around to the back and up. So we just run that right to the other hard edge, right click, set that hardness to hard. So we've defined the upper portion of the cheek. Now do the same thing for the lower one. Let's pick a set of edges here, use Alt-L, and that will grow the edges that are connected to that current edge out. They're going to reach that bottom boundary. Let's do Alt-L again, grow this out, and then grow this one to the inner boundary. Now we don't need to use these, so we can deselect those, right click, set the hardness to hard. Now this will dice up into a lower jaw, lower cheek, upper cheek, and face. Now you can change how this works if the PuppetMaster sections don't turn out to be the right deformation. For example, we can have the jaw control less of the chin. All of them meet up at this common point, but we can make the boundary line loop around so that it grabs the next section. So grab the next section, set that hardness to hard, click this connecting point here, set the hardness to soft, and now we've rerouted that path that's going to be sliced. We can do this as many times as we need to. For example, if we want the lower cheek to control more of the neck, let's set the hardness to soft, hit the space bar to deselect, and now we'll grow this jaw, this lower part of the jaw, out to the lower section here. Hardness to hard, and then move this one back. So all we're doing is changing where we think we're going to slice the model. So now that that's done, let's mirror this across. Just right click, select the face, mirror, and now we have a complete model here. From here, now we can dice this model up into a PuppetMaster section. Duplicate it, hide the original. Let's rename the copy to PM_head. PM is for PuppetMaster. Now this head can get sliced up, but the first thing we need to do is export the original. So hide the head, select the original in object mode, File, Export selected as an OBJ, and it goes right inside the Objects folder located inside the Advanced Facial 2 PuppetMaster objects. So export that as head. Hide the head, show the PM_head, From here, just use the selection tools inside Wings to pick our hard edges. So go to Select, by Hard Edges. All the hard edges will be highlighted. And if they make a complete loop around the interior and exterior to form a submesh, when you click Loop Cut, it should dice them up into the separate sections. So while you're in object mode, you can mouse over and see if it worked. So it looks like we have our sections set apart. So that works pretty easily. Now, I like to be clean about it. Hit F5. That will select all of the n-gons, or the n-sided polygons that would have been created, because this is a volume modeler. All the n-gons go where the holes are, and then assign those to the hole material so they get ignored on the way out to Messiah. Now from here, select all of the PuppetMaster sections. Go to File, Export Selected as an OBJ, PM_head. Let's go to File and save this scene as Steve. It's the name of our character, Steve 1.